Sophie Nyweide entered the world on July 8, 2000, in Burlington, Vermont. Born to Shelley Gibson, an aspiring actress herself, and a father who remained largely absent from the public narrative, Sophie's childhood was shaped by both creativity and instability. Her mother often described her daughter as a flame, bright, warm, but never meant to last forever. By the time Sophie was 6, she had already shown an extraordinary emotional intelligence, and her mother enrolled her in acting classes in New York City. It didn't take long for casting directors to take notice. Her breakthrough came with Bella, 2006, a modest indie film that captured the hearts of critics and audiences alike. Sophie, just 6 years old, played the daughter of the lead character with a tenderness that was beyond her years. Roles in Margot at the Wedding, 2007, alongside Nicole Kidman, and Mammoth, 2009, with Michelle Williams and Gail Garcia Bernal, followed. In each film, Sophie brought an uncanny sensitivity to her roles, capable of conveying complex emotion with a single glance. She had what we call the old soul effect, said director Lucas Madison, who cast her in Mammoth. She could understand grief, love, and moral ambiguity in a way that most adults struggle to portray. Fame, fragility, and the price of growing up on camera. As her fame grew, so too did the pressures of living in the spotlight. Sophie continued to act into her early teens, landing roles in An Invisible Sign, 2010, and even a part in Darren Aronofsky's Noah, 2014, though the latter was smaller. By then, Sophie had begun to withdraw from the public eye. Behind the scenes, she was battling emotional trauma that few outside her family fully understood. According to her mother, Sophie had suffered a traumatic experience in her early teen years, one that she struggled to articulate but that left an indelible mark on her psyche. She wrote things that were raw and heartbreaking, said Shelley in a recent interview. Poems about silence, pain, and wanting to disappear. But she was also funny and smart, so smart. She could quote Virginia Woolf and then dance like a goofball to Taylor Swift. By 2015, Sophie had stepped away from Hollywood altogether. She briefly appeared in a few reality shows and scripted series, including Law and Order and What Would You Do, but her heart was no longer in it. She moved back to Vermont and enrolled in a liberal arts college, focusing on writing and visual arts. Her professors described her as a remarkable talent, quiet but fiercely thoughtful. The final days. On the night of April 13, Sophie was seen at a local diner, having coffee with a friend. Witnesses said she seemed quiet, but calm. She left alone and walked back to the small apartment she had been renting on the outskirts of town. The next morning, she was found unresponsive. Authorities have not released an official cause of death, but law enforcement in Bennington County confirmed that they are investigating the possibility of foul play. An autopsy and toxicology report are pending. "We are looking into all possibilities," said Detective Laura Fisk. "It's too early to draw conclusions." Her mother, however, has her own theories. "I think she was tired," she said. "Tired of fighting. Whether it was intentional or not, I think a part of her gave up." As news of her passing broke, tributes poured in from across the entertainment world. Michelle Williams, who worked with Sophie on Mammoth, wrote, "She had this gaze that could stop you in your tracks. We lost someone who understood humanity better than most adults ever do." Even Gail Garcia Bernal posted a rare, somber message on his account, "Rest easy, Sophie. You gave the world your heart, fragile, unfiltered, and full of truth." Former co-star Bailey Madison added, "Sophie was luminous, even when she didn't believe it. I hope she knows now how much she was loved." A memorial service is planned for later this month in Burlington. Her family has asked that, in lieu of flowers, donations be made in Sophie's name to RAINN. "She spoke for the voiceless," said one local counselor who worked with Sophie on community outreach. "Even in her silence, even in her absence, her voice is still echoing." The town of Manchester has also announced that a bench will be installed in her honor at the local park, engraved with a quote from one of her poems, "I am not the storm, but the sky that holds it." In the end, Sophie Nyweide's story is not simply one of tragedy, but of beauty entwined with sorrow, brilliance wrapped in shadows. She may be gone, but the work she left behind, on screen, in journals, and in the hearts of those who loved her, ensures that she will never be forgotten. She once wrote in a letter never sent, "If I disappear, tell them I was always trying to stay." And now, those who knew her best are doing just that, telling the world she tried. And remembering her not just for what she lost, but for everything she gave.